Welcome to the demonstration of the ETIM onboarding tool, developed by Squadra Machine Learning Company in collaboration with ETIM Fest. In this short demo, I will show the current progress of the tool, which is still under development. The tool allows a supplier to classify its products according to the ETIM standard. This means that all products will be classified into their respective ETIM class, followed by the matching of the supplier's features and values to the ETIM features and values belonging to each specific ETIM class. Once a supplier is logged on, the first step is to upload a dataset. We will use a test set in this case. Once uploaded, we get a dataset preview in which we can check if the data has been uploaded correctly, meaning it contains all rows as well as all columns. If this is the case, we can proceed to the next step. Our algorithm requires several columns to be present in a dataset, namely a product ID, a description, and all other columns should be features. In this case, the long description is also a description, so we have to change that. Once all columns are checked, we can proceed to the next step, which is classification. Alright, all products are classified. Each product is now allocated to an ETIM class, which can be seen here. The algorithm gives an indication of how sure it is of its prediction via the risk level. The risk level ranges from 1 being very sure to 4 being very unsure. The first product has risk level 2, meaning it's pretty sure. When we inspect the predicted ETIM class, we can indeed see that this is correctly classified, so there's no need for the algorithm to have a risk level of 2. When we check the second product, we see that the risk level is 1, meaning that it's very sure of its prediction. Next to the first predicted ETIM class, the algorithm always provides a top 3, so we can, if it's not the first product, it could also be the second or third one. If this is not the case, for example, when the risk level is 3 or 4, which means that the user should definitely check the classification result, we can also enter a manual code, meaning that we can override one of the predicted ETIM classes and change it by hand. Via the information button, we can also go to the ETIM International product page to check out the specific ETIM class as well as its ETIM features. Once all pages have been checked, therefore all products have been checked to be classified correctly or modified, we can proceed to the next step, which is feature matching. In this page, all ETIM classes that have occurred in the previous classification step will be shown here. Now the step is to map all supplier features and values to the ETIM features and values. So let's take an ETIM class and map the values. Our algorithms also map the supplier feature values and supplier features to the ETIM features and feature values. So let's take a look at the first one. The first feature is color, and it only has one value in the case of the supplier, namely gray. But looking at the ETIM feature, it's mapped to color, so that seems correct. And looking at the ETIM values, it contains blue, brown, and probably some others, so let's check whether the values have been mapped correctly. Our algorithm has matched supplier value gray to ETIM value gray, so that's correct. So we can save it and move on. If this mapping has been approved, we can approve it by clicking the button. The next supplier feature is L. This probably is length, but it is mapped to on roll, so that's probably not correct. So let's check what the other proposed features are. The first 3 are the predicted features via our algorithm. The other ones are alphabetically ordered in case the top 3 is not correct. Well, in this case, the second ETIM feature, length, seems to be the correct one, so we can change it and approve it. When we check all other ETIM features, we can go by them one by one and approve them, but we can also just approve all the features. But as we can see here, we still have thickness, and it has an ETIM unit of measure of millimeters, but the supplier unit of measure is not known. So if the supplier knows, okay, hey, my thickness is also always in centimeters, we have to change that. The same goes for width, so we also have to change it to centimeters. Once this is done and all feature matching and value matchings are approved, we can press approve all and thereby declaring that it's all correct. This has to be done for each ETIM class, and therefore the final file will be an output of all the supplier features mapped to all the ETIM features, and therefore the supplier is onboarded to the ETIM tool. Thank you.